Hi, this is Matthew Skolch riding for Westby Racing. Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe.
National Championship on the line. And it's all about those three on the front row. Cody Wyman gets a good launch. Here comes Kayla Yakov, who's been fast into turn one. She led yesterday, and she gets it again. So Wyman in second spot. Gus Rodeo not finding an outside line, but he goes up the inside. That's what he was doing yesterday. Nice and tight down in turn number two.
A braking duel for the first lap as they go down into Charlotte's Web. Joe Lamondre Jr. goes up the inside of Cody Wyman, who drops back to fourth. He's got Spencer Humphreys and Ojawara just behind him right now in fifth and sixth. So right now it's about 6-7 riders, Greg. Everybody's still bunched together. As Gus Rodeo is going to take a look as they go down into turn 8. He's going to get that pass made on Kayla.
Nice move by Gus Rodeo as we have our first lead change of the race. Not a spec class, SportbikeTrackGear.com Junior Cup, but it seems to be the weapon of choice for this young field.
So here's Kayla again. She's going to go back down the inside in the same spot she made that race-winning pass yesterday. She gets down the inside of Gus Rodeo into turn number 12. Is that a rain flag I see in the last corner, Greg? It looks like there's a I saw a white flag with a red cross on it, so we'll keep an eye on that.
There are clouds in the area, so sprinkles as Gus Rodeo goes back to the lead into turn number 1. It was sprinkling on and off this morning.
It was, yeah. Cody's got to finish 8th, I believe, and so we'll definitely keep an eye on that right now. You can see
another one.
3 riders have all kind of broke away at the front. It's not wet. I mean, obviously, it's not raining hard enough to really make a big difference. Now, the problem here is if Cody starts slowing down too much, there's a whole gaggle of riders right behind him. So he's got to kind of keep pace with the ones in front, keep an eye on the conditions. He is back to 6th now.
Let's welcome in the third member of our broadcast team, Hannah Lopa, to the broadcast. Hey, Hannah, how are you?
Obviously, Cody Wyman is the topic of conversation here while Gus Rodeo is trying to get out front. I talked to Cody, and he said he really wanted to battle with that group yesterday, but he would be mad if he put himself in a position that would jeopardize the bigger picture. He wants to be conservative and just keep it clean, and he'll be golden. He knows that after this year, he's aging out of the class, so he really wants
All right, sorry, Hannah, red flag condition, so it looks like there is a red flag that is out.
Yeah, rain's coming.
Rain's coming. It's time. SportbikeTrackGear.com Junior Cup race number 2, our final of the 2022 season with the championship on the line. And it's down to these 3. Cody Wyman, Kayla Yakov, and Gus Rodeo. Lights go out. The dash to turn number 1. Kayla Yakov has been getting good starts, and she'll lead us on into turn number 1. Cody Wyman leans on Gus Rodeo. He'll slot into 3rd spot.
This is where Gus has been so good through the middle of turn 2. He's trying to go up the inside of Cody Wyman, see if he can make that pass stick. He does. He makes that pass stick again there, Greg. Cody looks back down the inside as they go down into Charlotte's Web for the first lap.
Oh, Gus Rodeo really hard on the front end was Rodeo, trying to keep Kayla Yakov in tow. Now they head to the museum corner. This is where Kayla's been really strong all weekend long, going around the outside and inside of people. But as Gus Rodeo learned something from the first race, boy, it looked like Gus had position on her. He did. So Rodeo takes over the spot.
He's got Bickney back there on the 69. But for Gus Rodeo, Kayla Yakov, they both have to win. So those two are going to just knock each other out here trying to deliver that final blow to try to see who can get there. And Kayla, again, the same place. Turn 12. She's so fast in there. She's got such a tight line, but she gets a good run out of those S's. Cody Wyman doing a good job here, keeping himself in 4th. I feel like he's just got to get these first 2-3 laps out of the way, because he's got, what does he got to do, G-Dub? 8th or better, I believe, is what it is. As you can see, Joe Lamondre Jr. is now trying to go down the inside of Cody Wyman as they go down into turn 1. Looked like he possibly was going to make that pass stick, and he does.
So Cody Wyman hanging back there, doing what he needs to do. Let's welcome the third member of the broadcast team, Hannah Lopa, into the broadcast. Hannah, what's going on?
He's hanging tough, Greg. Yesterday, he really wanted to be in the battle with that front group, but he said he would have been really mad at himself if he put himself in a position that would really jeopardize the bigger picture. He was hoping to capitalize off mistakes made by others. It didn't quite happen that way. Today, he's just going to be conservative. Hopefully, this title as a catalyst for the future of his racing.
All right, aging out, meaning 14 to 28 years old is the age limit here in SportbikeTrackGear.com Junior Cup, and he'll turn 29 in December. think, or December or November.
And he's been running some Twins Cup as well with some success. I think he had a podium earlier this year in Twins Cup, and he gets to do a lot of riding, which is great. Front three, Greg, starting to get away, aren't they? Gus Rodeo, Kayla Yakov, and now Joe Lamondre Jr. talking to him and his crew earlier on. As you can see, he is now trying to make a bid. He gets that second spot away from Gus Rodeo. Yesterday, Greg, they were a little bit short on gearing, and if you remember the run to the line between him and Kayla, he wasn't quite able to make that pass. So giving him one tooth taller. So hopefully today he'll be able to draft and maybe draft past a few people.
Yakov had the lead for a moment. Now it's Lamondre who goes around the outside, but it's Gus Rodeo who will take the spot. Really wide Rodeo gets it up onto the meat of the tire.
Today it looks like Kayla maybe she made some changes on her bike to make it a little bit more comfortable for her. Down there's Joe Lamondre now is going to take his turn at the front as they go off into turn one. He should be able to get to that apex a little bit sooner than Gus. Gus might try up the inside of two. Remember how good he is all the way through here. He does. So these two know each other very, very well, and they've raced against each other a bunch. So giving each other a little bit of room with still 7 laps to go.
He thinks he has a plan that'll work to his advantage.
Yeah, right now, Cody Wyman sitting in 7th spot. 8th is that magical number, so he's got another place to give. Meanwhile, Gus Rodeo and Kayla Yakov, all they can do is try to win the race.
And Ojawara has also slid past Lamondre Jr. to get himself into 4th.
And the roll speed of Gus Rodeo down through the bottom of 2 and heading off up over the hill and into 5 is incredible. And that momentum has allowed Rodeo to recapture the number 1 spot. So it is the 96 of Gus Rodeo on the Rodeo Racing Kawasaki Ninja 400. Altus Motorsports, number 31 is Kayla Yakov. She's going to head to the museum corner, take over the spot. There's 2 places on this racetrack where she's super, super strong.
Kayla's got the run now. We had 5 in the lead group yesterday, and we've got 5 today. Ojawara has taken the place of Cody Wyman in that front group. So you can see here now the live standings on the right. If it ended right now, Greg, the way it is, he'd win by 1 point over Gus Rodeo. If Gus Rodeo is leading this race, it's going to be really important. Cody sees himself in that 6th, 7th place right now.
Wyman's been relegated back to 8th place, so that means he and Rodeo, if he wins it, would be tied on point.
Spencer doing a good job. Ojawara, like I said, Greg, jumped himself up into 4th a lap ago. And we'll have to see if they can get any good drafting down the front. Kayla's going to go through again, Greg, as they go into turn 1.
Oh, Kayla Yakov into turn 1, tried to make a move, but she got balked up as we have 5 laps to go in SportbikeTrackGear.com Junior Cup. So it's Gus Rodeo who leads the way. Joe Lamondre. Kayla Yakov looking to draft and pass move into turn number 5. She's on the inside, has position on the brakes. Rodeo trying to close it off. Kayla thought about it for a second, Hannah.
She did, and when I asked her what the plan was for today, she said not making any very big changes, but they wanted to try and fix the rear grip a little bit. She said she can get more pace if the grip is better. She just wanted to limit the number of riders in this front group and not get shuffled too far back.
That's got to be something that Yakov's got to be thinking about. And now
Joe defended that spot down there into 3rd, into Charlotte's Web for 3rd, I should say. And he's going to move all the way over to the right, Greg, to try to defend it as he goes down this straightaway. Kayla doing the same. She tries to go down the inside there, wasn't able to kind of make it. And you see Ojawara has made that pass back.
There's a screen there. There's a jumbotron that the riders can look at, and she's taking a look. Here comes Rodeo.
Ojawara down the inside as well. Look at this.
Oh, so just like that, Ojawara moves himself into 2nd spot.
Look at what I said.
Here we go, and Gus is smart though. He gets it done and he blocks her ability to do it. Yakov's got the switchback left to get this job done. Gus Rodeo knows he has to win this race to give him any chance of this championship. All the while, Cody Wyman in 8th place and is poised to take the number 1 plate. Here we go, the final corner. Does Yakov have the move? Gus Rodeo sweeps through the final corner. Full gas as they go to the line. Yakov trying to break the draft. Here they come to the line, and it is going to be Gus Rodeo by 15 thousandths of a second over Yakov Ojawara, Lamondre Jr. But how about the 34? Here comes Cody Wyman. He did everything he needed to do this season. He looks over at his team. flashes the #1 and will take the national championship in 8th place. Your new #1.
Wow, if you look at this, Gus gets one move. He makes it over to the left. Kayla decides early to get out of that draft and try to beat him to the line, and you're going to see another close finish as Gus Rodeo just beats her across the line for that win.
Just half a bike length, 15 thousandths of a second.